Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to finish off the Finnish and a list spam. So I don't know when I did these list spams last, probably, well, more than a year ago. I dread to look at how long ago it was. But when I did it, I didn't do the Finnish because I didn't have Finnish, I didn't have them locked on forces, and I didn't want to do them. But now I started collecting the Finnish, so I thought I would do them. And what I was going to do is both mid-war and late war because it is not that many formations in either of the books. Okay, so before we start the spam, if you're looking to get into Flames of War or increase your collection, scan the QR code or look in the link in the description for this video and it'll take you straight through to Firestorm Games. They have great value in all of your favourite games, they are fast and reliable and have excellent customer service, and by using my link you'll help support me and the channel. And another code and another link in the description if you're looking to get some tournament games under your belt. Why not Welsh Nationals 2026 towards the end of June. This is a national tournament, being Welsh Nationals, but last year is fairly casual. There are a few competitive players there, but overall we're just there to have 2 days of solid Flames of War fun. Okay, so first formation is mid-war. It is a armoured company. So we have got, well, we've got quite a few T-26s. So basically a lot of this is a lot of captured Soviet stuff from the Winter War. So we've got the HQ, which is 2 T-26s, a unit of 4 T-26s, 4 T-28s, and 3 T-34s. You can have KV-1s instead, but I've gone for the T-34s. You can only have 2 KVs and 2 Landsverk anti-tank guns, anti-aircraft guns. So basically these are mobile AA. And because this is quite a light armoured list, I've backed up with a light infantry company. So the idea with this is attack, could probably manoeuvre with it. Manoeuvre would be good because you've got the infantry to back you up. And then we've got 2 platoons with anti-tank rifles and some mortars. And in support we have 2 anti-tank guns, basically pack 40s, so pack a punch. So again, more of I think the manoeuvre stance might be better. And 4 76mm field guns, so those are artillery. So basically got 2 templates with 2 smoke bombardments there, so might help out with the manoeuvre stance. Okay, and here's the T-26. So it's careful, fearless, trained with 3+ tactics. And I said it was a bit flimsy. It is front, side, and top 1. They're not particularly fast either. Being tactical 8, terrain 10, cross country 12. So not much faster than the infantry. Do have a 3+ cross, and then the gun isn't much better either. It's only a 45mm, so anti-tank 7, 4+ firepower, and it's overworked, so there's a lot of work for the T-26s, but they are careful and fearless. Okay, so the T-28, careful, fearless, trained with a 3+ assault and tactics 3+. The main thing this guy is in here for is the increase on the armour. So it's front 4, side 3, top 2. So against infantry units, quite handy in assault, especially with the 3+ assault rating and top 2. It's not much faster. Well, actually, it's the same speed as the T-26. The gun is the same and it's still overworked, but you do get extra machine gun shots. So that is the T-28. And welcome back, folks, to the multi-turret tank, which we don't see much, well, we don't see of any at all in mid-war, but we'll see again in early war. And the T-34, the last of our Finnish Soviet tanks, the one that's going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting. Now, this is careful, unlike the Soviet ones. Fearless, trained with 3+ tactics. Now, its front armor 6 probably is better. Well, is the same as 6 T-26s combined. Side is 5, top one, and then this is really the creme de la creme. It's fast, tactical 12, terrain dash, cross country, 3+ cross. It is anti-tank 9 as well, so really upping the anti-tank level. But again, like everything else, it's overworked, but does have 4 MG shots. Now you can only got 3 of these. You can have 2 KVs, which are really going to struggle for your enemy anti-tank to deal with, but you only get 2 and is as slow as all the other tanks. So for this list, I've gone with the T-34s instead. I could be wrong. Okay, so second formation for the Finns, light infantry company. So this one definitely more of a defend list. So we've got 2 platoons, all 9 M27 rifle teams. Both have anti-tank rifles. One has a HMG team and 3 mortars. We have a unit of PaK-40s, a unit of 37mm guns with steel granates, 4 76mm field guns, scout cars, an observer, some T26s, and I have gone for allied support in the form of 5 up-armoured Panzer IIIs, mainly for their front armour 6AR-89 as well, but a 4+ firepower. You could have 4 long Panzer IVs instead, or there's plenty of things to mix and match with. And the 4 T26s, just 10 points and 30, perfect for reserve. But there's plenty of other things you could choose from, but unfortunately you can't have the T34s outside of taking the T26 company, and I think it's too much points to invest potentially just to get 3 T34s. Okay, so the light infantry platoon is the hallmark of how the best parts of the Finnish. They are careful, they are fearless, they are trained with a 3+ tactics and 3+ save. They do have the hunter's rule, which means they treat woodland terrain as cross country. There might be other things as well, but basically they can move fast over woodland terrain, etc. Big downside is the M27 rifle team. It's 1 and 1, halted and moving rate of fire, and they are slow firing, hence why when I can, I try to give them a HMG team. And the anti-tank rifle teams, although anti-tank rifles aren't great, it can help in an assault by tanks. Okay, and then the big hitter, which was in the first list as well, it was the 75mm anti-tank platoon. So careful, fearless, trained with a 5+ assault, because it is again, but it has a 3+ save. Now the main thing you want this for is the range of 32 inches and anti-tank 12 with a 3+ firepower. But the big problem with the Finns is all their anti-tank guns come in units of 2, and that's it. So put these in ambush, you've got 4 shots. So best case scenario, if you're against a careful opponent, they're in the open, so that's a 50-50. So let's not hope it's a massive unit of tanks, otherwise these guys could be quite short-lived. But you could always pop them, even if you don't have an ambush, just keep them behind your infantry. If you have them nice and close behind the infantry, it'll deter any assaults onto your infantry as well, but hopefully they can survive long enough to get their points back. Okay, third formation and last of the Finnish for mid-war. It is an infantry company, so we have HQ, 2 SMG teams, and then 2, so these are rifle MG teams. Both have 9 guys each and an anti-tank rifle. We also have some mortars and 37mm anti-tank guns in formation. The other ones didn't have that option. The PaK-40s are back with the 76mm field guns. I like the field guns because although they are anti-tank 8, they do have 2 shots each. Again with the scout cars and the observer, and 4 T26s, and then just to highlight the 4 long Panzer IVs. So they are front armor 5, but they're 80-10 with a 3+ firepower. So it's up to you what you want, basically. Obviously you have the option for Stugs. 3 Panthers are 39 points, so you've also got that option as well. And this again would be more of a defend list. Also, you could attack if you wanted to with both those lists, with careful infantry and 2 smoke barrages. It's up to you at the end of the day. Throw someone a curveball and do it. So the infantry platoon, more or less the same as a light infantry, but they don't have the tactics rating. But the main thing you want these guys for is they have a halted rate of fire of 2 and moving of 1, so they don't have slow firing. So they might actually be able to stop stuff with defensive fire, and they are in blocks of 9 again, which is pretty good. So I do have a soft spot for the 37mm. They're good because they're careful and fearless and trained. So the 37mm gun itself, 24-inch range, anti-tank 6. So against your half tracks and light tanks, they can be a bit of a nuisance. But when you get close, so when they're within 10 inches, they can fire their steel grenade, which is anti-tank 12. You only got one shot and it's slow firing. Obviously, if you're pinned, and a 5+ firepower, but if you stick this behind an infantry unit, it most definitely will stop tanks assaulting, or will make them think about it at least. And if they don't assault, hopefully they're still in range for you to have a little pop at them, and you might not really kill them, but bailing them and opening the chances for your infantry to maybe get a sneaky assault is always there. So the 37mm is something you shouldn't take lightly as the opponent for the Finns. And last thing we'll look at for the Finns is the BA-10, which, unlike the Soviets, has the scout rule. Now, it's not particularly fast, but it's pretty much exactly like a T-26, really. It's the same armour, apart from its top 0, of course. It's anti-tank 7 with a gun, and it's overworked. It is confident with a 5+ counterattack because it's a scout. It's trained with a 5+ assault, but it is crafty with a 3+ tactics rating. So quite interesting, the BA-10. And sorry, I forgot to take a photo of the howitzer, but you should be able to see it for yourselves in the rulebook. I would definitely consider taking them. Obviously, you can have the bigger German howitzer, the 10.5, but you do lose a shot. But you do gain an anti-tank, but it costs more as well. Right, we're into late war now, so Bagration Finnish. So the T-26 Armoured Company is back with basically all the T-34-85s that the Finns had, I think. So for this company, and I've also got an infantry company to back them up because they're, again, it's quite light on the ground. 2 T-26s for the HQ. Now you can have 1 T-26 and 1 T-34. And then 2 units of 3 T-34-85s and 3 more T-26s. Also, you can have a unit of 5, but I trimmed it down because I wanted to get some more stuff if I can. Infantry company then, so HQ, 2 SMGs, and then 2 units of 7 with Panzerfausts, and 2 units of mortars, so 81s and 120s, but the 120s for the Finns can fire smoke, so that's quite handy. And we also have 3 Sturmies as well, which are basically Stugs. And we've also got a command card, which we'll have a look at in a sec. Okay, and we have the ability to have careful T-34s again. So careful, fearless, veteran. So front 6, side 5, top 1. Obviously, it's super fast with a 2+ cross. But its main thing is the Soviets managed to get a bigger gun on it with a bigger turret. So it's not overworked, and it's anti-tank 12, so pretty nice. Now you've only got 6 of them in 2 units, so look after them. So the command card, I'm not going to attempt to say it because I'll say it wrong, or I might miraculously say it right. I can barely pronounce most English words, so we have Adolf. Unit 2's unit leader is within 8 inches in line of sight of the formation commander, past the last stand on the 2+. That's nice, but that's not where we have it. We have it for this one. So unit whose unit leader is within 8 inches in line of sight of this formation commander, pass rallies on the 2+, which is needed because the infantry company are only confident. So 3 points for that. Now, obviously, probably only going to be in range of 1 platoon, but it'll be good to keep your advance going because this list is more of an attack, stretch, maneuver list. Okay, list number 5, it is a Sturmy assault gun company. So we've got a HQ of 1 Sturmy, you can have 2, but I was trying to get some points back, and then 3 units of 3 Sturmies, so a total of 10 Sturmies. Again, backing them up is an infantry company, but we've got SMGs this time. Or did I the last time? I can't remember now. And again, with the double mortars. Oh no, we didn't. So I had extra points, so I got the SMGs in. We've also got some BA-10s to help with potentially manoeuvring or attacking. And they've also got, we had extra points left over, so I gave them some anti-aircraft to go up with the Sturmies, or to go into reserve if you have reserves. But yeah, it's just to help against aircraft. Okay, so the Sturmy is a Stug. It is careful, fearless, with a 4+ counterattack, 2+ remount, veteran, and a 4+ assault. So not too bad at all. It is front armor 7, which is good. Speed is pretty much standard, but it does have a 4+ cross. And this gun is a 7.5 centimeter, so anti-tank 11, 3+ firepower, and forward firing. Now you can give these guys concrete armor, command card. It's a different version of bazooka skirt, so it basically kind of ignores a hit from a 5+ firepower weapon, but you have to roll to see if it ignores it. So I don't know what's better, the bazooka skirts or not, but it's very unlikely you might bounce it. But let me know your experience of using it, whether it's worth. But I don't think you pay to have it, you just replace the bazooka skirts. So let me know what you think. List 6, infantry company. So we have a HQ, 2 SMGs, an SMG platoon with Panzerfaust, Panzerschreck, and a HMG team, and then an infantry platoon with Panzerfaust and Panzerschreck, 2 units of mortars, and a Panzerfaust close defense platoon. So it's more of a defensive nod to this one. Then we have 2 75mm guns, basically Pak 40s, 3 T-34s, and 3 Sturmies. So those two are bang on 40 points. I like stuff like that. We also have a lucky card and another command card. Okay, so the SMG platoon, careful, confident veteran with a 2+ assault. I like that too. Now, obviously, moving and halted, rate of fire of 3. But if you pin them, it goes down to 1. And obviously, the Panzerfaust and the Panzerschreck is to dissuade tank assaults. And then the infantry platoon is pretty much the same, apart from they have a rifle MG team, so halted 2, moving 1, and then again, same bells and whistles as the options I did before. You can have an anti-tank rifle as well, but I don't see any point. But if I can, I'll give them machine guns if I got the spare points. I thought these guys were cool, so hence why I added them. I suppose I could just have another unit of Pak 40s if I wanted to. Now these are careful, confident veteran. Potential, could put them in ambush. It means you do have to move them because obviously they only have a range of 4 and they have to be outside of 4 even with terrain. But basically these guys all have Panzerfaust. So there's 5 of them with Panzerfausts. So obviously popping from ambush, moving around the flank, or hopefully they're already in the flank, and hopefully against aggressive stuff in the open, which means you're hitting them on 4s, and what you don't hit and don't kill, you can run in and globber them with your veteran skill level. So something fun. And also if you park them behind another infantry unit and say just come at me, there's well, 5 Panzerfaust shots coming right at you without the infantry as well in front of them. So interesting. Okay, and then we have another command card. This is for 75mm heavy anti-tank. So basically this unit leader may reroll all failed rolls to hit each time he shoots with his 75mm gun. This will be useful since you only actually have the 2 guns, and it automatically passes rally tests, which, do you know what that means? You will fail your last stand test instead, and that's what I take away from this. But that's what the lucky card is for, so there you go. And last formation, a light infantry company. So 2 SMGs, and then we have an SMG platoon, a light infantry platoon, a heavy anti-tank platoon, and then light mortars and light Panzerfaust close defense platoon. So everything's light is significant. it just changes one thing basically. And then we have some scout cars, T-34s and Sturmies. Scout cars, higher the points, I don't know. And all the platoons have HMGs, of which you will see why. Scout cars are just there for machine gun support, which you will see why in a sec. Again, defensive. Okay, so there's no point showing you all the other infantry stuff because basically they're all fearless, which is awesome because for someone who struggles to roll a 4, especially when motivations are needed, what better way to improve the game by making sure I can't roll anything above a 3+, but here's the fearlessness. Now, everything else is the same as the other cards, just being fearless, apart from the light infantry platoon. So basically, like the mid-war version, they're only rifle teams, so halted rate of fire of 1, moving 1, and slow firing. So not great. Hence, the machine guns in each platoon and the scout cars where needed. And that is it for the Finnish. I hope you enjoyed. What are your fan favourites from the Finnish? I've not used them myself yet because I'm still currently painting them, just about to finish off my first platoon and looking forward to using them. And once that is done, before Early War comes out, I will have an army in each of my nations from Flames of War.